Welcome to the Dansportstips daily MLB show for today, the 4th of April. Had some hits yesterday, had some swings and misses. That's baseball. We went with the Acker lost on just the one leg, I think it was, wasn't it? Which was the over in the Philly-Cincy game, missed by a couple of runs. We hit one and missed one on the singles as well, slightly down to start the year. Long way to go, 161 games per team, and we hope to bring it back. Daily fantasy advice for DraftKings will come after this section of the show. I've got a few bets I like today in the baseball, and to start, Cleveland Indians on the run line, -1.5 to beat the Texas Rangers, about 11 to 10. Martin Perez is one of the pitchers in MLB rotations to start this year that I'm looking to oppose. The lefty doesn't throw hard, he allows too many base runners. Cleveland have got ample threats with the lumber in their hands, particularly from the right hands, from batting right-handed. While I was after Kluber yesterday with the World Series hangover and the extra innings on his arm, Carrasco did miss enough time last year that I'm hoping he won't be as effective. If the evidence of yesterday is anything to go by as well, the Rangers' bullpen issues they had last year are still in existence. I acknowledge the one game is obviously a small sample size, but hopefully that will give us a second bite of the cherry if Carrasco struggles as well. The other two smaller plays, Domingo Santana crushed left-handed pitching last year when he was healthy. He gets his first shot at one today with Tyler Anderson of the Colorado Rockies. I'm going to take him to take the ball out of Miller Park today in a good hitting venue. The same thing can't be said of Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg with the Tampa Bay Rays home ballpark. But Greg Bird has been hitting the ball out of the park. He's got the platoon against Odorizzi. It's not a bad ballpark for lefty power. As I say, he has been slugging well in the spring. I like the Yankees marginally just to win that game today as well. So I will take Bird to hit a home run and the Yankees to win the game, because that will obviously increase our value should we hit on that one as well. Looking at daily fantasy on DraftKings today, there are a couple of stacks I like the look of. It transitions quite well from what I was just saying. I'm going to take a New York Yankees stack. I'll go with catcher Gary Sanchez for $4,000, first baseman Greg Bird for bargain $2,800, and outfielder Brett Gardner for $3,100. I am going to try and focus in the main on indoor games today, as cooler weather isn't that great for hitting. Tampa isn't the best of yards for hitters, but it is above average for lefty hitters. They will also have the platoon against Odorizzi, the starter today for Tampa. Gardner hits at the top of the lineup. He offers upside on the bases. Bird has been mashing in spring training, and while Sanchez is a righty, he did exhibit potential last year post his call-up as one of the best options offensively in baseball at the catcher position. My other stack today is the Cleveland Indians. Shortstop Francisco Lindor for $4,300, first baseman Edwin Encarnacion for $4,400, and outfielder Brandon Guyer for $3,100. While I am trying to remain indoors today, the option of taking on Martin Perez, who does not throw the ball hard, walks too many batters, and a yard that slightly favours right-handers, who will have the platoon against him even with the forecast conditions being below ideal, with the wind not helping the hitters, I am willing to take a shot at the Tribe today. Switch hitter Francisco Lindor offers upside on the base paths as well. He can also hit for power hits at the top of the lineup. We know what Encarnacion can do, and Guyer is the ultimate platoon who can hit lefties hard, but just can't do a thing against righties. So he'll probably get the hook once Perez is out of the game, but hopefully he'll do some damage prior to that. Looking at my starting pitchers today, there are three that I'm willing to use. Jake Arrieta of the Chicago Cubs for $10,400, Carlos Carrasco of those Cleveland Indians for $8,800, and Patrick Corbin of Arizona for $5,000. Obviously, Jake Arrieta is the most expensive pitcher today. He's fairly obvious. Although he was below his high standards he set for himself in the second half of last year, he still is one of the better pitchers out there and easily offers the most consistency of the hurlers available to us to use today. Carlos Carrasco can strike hitters out for fun, and while the ballpark in Arlington does favour the hitters, the weather conditions don't look to be aiding them that much today, and I certainly think that the win is in play with Perez in opposition. I'm also not against using Patrick Corbin today as a cheap option at the bottom end. The Giants are a reasonably lefty-heavy lineup, not as bad as they were last year, but they are still lefty-heavy. That will not be an advantage against a left-handed pitcher who was flat-out bad last year, finished the year in the bullpen, getting taken out of the rotation, but he was good out of the pen once they stuck him there. Hopefully that's built his confidence back up. He can start fresh this year, go back to the three-pitch combo, the two fastballs and the slider that he was using years prior, and looks something like the pitcher he was, who was decent enough before last year. Averaged about a strikeout per inning, and I think at the price of $5,000, he does offer some upside today. My foundation players: first baseman Carlos Santana for the Cleveland Indians for $4,300. Second base Robinson Cano, Seattle for $4,100. DJ LeMahieu qualifies at second as well, but he's my third baseman for $4,200. Jonathan Villar's my shortstop, who can also be used at third for Milwaukee for $4,000. And outfielder Charlie Blackmon of Colorado for $4,600. I'm happy to get as many against Martin Perez as I can, if you can't tell that already. That will continue with Santana at first. Cano will have the platoon against Lance McCullers in a yard slightly above average for a lefty slugger in Houston. DJ LeMahieu is the reigning batting champion in the National League at third base. It's not a position I found particularly easy today. I certainly wasn't dead keen on the options available at the top of that position. Jonathan Villar can swipe a bag at any time, offers massive upside for us on the base paths as well, and will have the platoon against Tyler Anderson. And in the same game, lefty sluggers in Milwaukee are absolute money in daily fantasy, and as such, Blackmon, who leads off and steals bases, or his teammate Carlos Gonzalez certainly plays in the outfield. I just prefer the upside of Blackmon because he steals more bases than Gonzalez myself. The value plays today: catcher Tony Walters of Colorado for $2,900. First base Ryan Healy of Oakland, who also qualifies at third for $3,000. Second baseman Logan Forsythe of the Los Angeles Dodgers for $3,300. Third baseman Justin Turner of the Los Angeles Dodgers for $3,200. Shortstop Aledmys Diaz of St. Louis for $3,600, and outfielder Domingo Santana for $3,500 of the Milwaukee Brewers. Walters has got the platoon today. As I said, it is a good yard for lefty power, even though he is not really known for that. And Zach Davies, who will pitch for Milwaukee, did suffer the long ball sort of in bunches at times last year. Healy was excellent in his time in the majors last year. Had a solid spring training as well. I do think Bird is the play at first today, but as I've got him in the stack, I thought I'd put someone else up as a value play. And despite the yard being offensively stifling, I do think Healy is useful. Shoemaker is a pitcher of extremes. He can be either really good or really bad in opposition for him. And I'm certainly willing to use Healy, as I say, today. Dodgers Stadium is also a park that's not ideal for hitters. Hitters slightly worse from the right-handed perspective. That said, Logan Forsythe had a solid start to his Dodgers career as the Dodgers ran rampant yesterday against the Padres. He's going to hit close to or at the top of the lineup with platoon against Clayton Richard today, who is at best an average starter. The same can be said for Justin Turner. He forms the heart of part of the solid heart of that Dodgers lineup, with Rookie of the Year Corey Seager as well. Aledmys Diaz obviously has a poor matchup against Jake Arrieta, but there's not a lot of cheap value at shortstop today. I'd certainly be shopping at the top of the market at that position for some certainty. Diaz was rock solid when healthy last year, and is a top of the lineup hitter as well. And Domingo Santana, when healthy, has crushed lefty pitching last year. He gets just that today against Anderson of the Rockies, and it's a nice yard for a hitter in Milwaukee. Those are the plays that we've got, both sports betting wise and on DraftKings. Best of luck with your lineups. Best of luck if you're following me on those plays. Please do like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm here regularly throughout the MLB season. I'll see you soon. Play ball.